Bukovac calls himself a pro, but he really just a hack. Carries his amps all over town. Use a tone modeler, he'll put you down. Real cool, a real fool. Tom's a real tool.
So yeah, playing some blues and E there for you.
What's up? How's it going? You got to hear this. You got to hear this. Tom is getting desperate. Tom is flailing. Tom is trying so hard to prove that his guitars, his old beat up guitars, sound as good as a modern day guitar. And I'm the guy who says, Golden Era Les Pauls, they ain't all that. Okay. They're not that great, guys. And Tom, who has burst believer fever, Tom is literally the poster boy for burst believer fever. If you walked into a doctor's office to get cured from burst believer fever, Tom's picture would be on the wall. And it would say, don't be like Tom. Don't be like Tom. Okay? So Tom is getting desperate. So what Tom does, let me show you this. What Tom does is Tom calls a meeting in Nashville. And he calls this meeting to compare guitars, to do a sound test of guitars, right? Like I'm doing. If you've seen my clips, like I take a sound clip of a 58 somebody's playing, then I imitate it. And I get so close. I get so close with just a tone modeler and a modern day guitar. I get so close that, man, people go, well, some people can't even tell the difference. Some people can, and it's just by a small margin. So Tom calls up his buddies in Nashville, and they have a meeting. Okay, now in this meeting is a guy named Ford Thurston, very good guitar player, very good Nashville guitar player. Tom is there. And then there's some kid named Rem or Lem, or I don't know what the kid's name is, but he's in there, and this is him. This is the kid. And the kid has burst believer fever. He got it from Tom. Tom gave this kid burst believer fever. So the kid in this meeting, Tom wants to use this kid to show everybody how great this guitar is. Now, mind you, the kid's got burst believer fever. Tom gave it to him. So he's not thinking straight. But this burst believer fever is so deep in this guy, so has taken over his mind like a parasite. A mind parasite. It's taken over his brain so heavily, he can't even play the guitar. Like let me see here, 508. He can't even play the guitar. He tries to hand it back to Tom.
This is what I'm talking about. Let's just know.
He plays it for a couple minutes, and then he here, oh my God, I can't do it. That's a real Golden Era Les Paul. That's burst believer fever. And then later on, Ford Thurston picks this guitar up, right? And when Ford picks it up, and he starts playing it, look at the burst believer fever kid. Look at this kid. And the funniest part about this is Ford Thurston goes, well, it sounds kind of small. It doesn't sound that good. So there was an actual guy in the room, and I'll play you that. without Burst Believer Fever. And he's going, well, it doesn't sound that good, Tom. And look at this kid with Burst Believer Fever, just absolutely freaking out. Now he's trying to explain to Tom, I got Burst Believer Fever. You got Burst Believer Fever too. I got Burst Believer Fever. You got Burst Believer Fever too. This is good. Listen to that. Listen to that, Sam. I got Burst Believer Fever. It's like, no, dude, no. Because when Ford Thurston plays this guitar, who doesn't have Burst Believer Fever, wait till you see what he says here at 1612. 1612. Listen to this. This is great.
Oh, God, Fred. A little bit smaller, but that underwhelming.
It sounds a little bit smaller. So Ford Thurston plays his guitar. It's what's called a musical historical reproduction or something. I can't remember what it's called, but historical makeover. He plays his guitar, which is a historical makeover guitar that doesn't even have PAFs in it. He took the PAFs out and sold them and put in throwback pickups. So he's got throwback pickups in his guitar, fake pickups. He's got a fake, vintage Les Paul. It's a historic makeover Les Paul, not a real Golden Era Les Paul. He plays that. Then he plays an actual Golden Era Les Paul and goes, well, it sounds a little bit smaller. And what does Tom say? Tom goes, wow. Because he can't believe the guy said that. Listen. Did you hear Tom? He can't believe the guy thinks that it doesn't sound that good. Listen.
Smaller, but
It sounds a little bit smaller, Tom. Wow. Tom cannot believe it. Tom cannot believe that somebody would not think his 57 is the greatest guitar ever made. The guy says it sounds smaller. And Tom, big, small. Tom, small. Tom's smaller. Big sound. Tom's sound. And Tom, I just want to remind you when you're picking out a guitar, buddy, that generally speaking, not always, but generally speaking, when you're a guitar player and you're picking out a guitar, you want a guitar to sound huge. You want a guitar to sound big. You want a guitar to sound full. When you're playing a guitar, Tom, you don't want people to describe it as smaller. Okay, Tom? Just a little tip from me. Just a little tip from me. And so in Tom's desperation, once again, to prove how great his guitars are, hold on a second. First off, he rips off my coined phrase, Burst Believer Fever. He rips me off in his video. And then he's got his guitar out here, his 58. Now, if you know about Tom's 58 guitar, it's named Baby Puke because the color on it is similar to that of Baby Puke. And I wrote some songs via AI about Tom's guitar named Baby Puke. This is one of them.
I have a 58 Les Paul named Baby Puke. I moved from Cleveland to make me slim. Can't name one song I've ever done. The Nashville ladder on the bottom rung. Stuck in the studio, I'm told what to do. My guitar parts are buried, but I think I'm better than you. Baby Puke, how I love you, Baby Puke.
Not bad. So Tom pulls out in his desperation. After this guy goes, well, the guitar's not that great. He pulls out Baby Puke to show everybody how great it is. And people are going, well, Tom, I don't know. So what does Tom do? To prove how good his guitar sounds, he goes down to the Nashville Musicians Hall, Union Hall, whatever this is. And he puts a time card in a Dropbox. So he's got to prove, hey, I'm somebody. I'm working in Nashville. I played on some, demo. Somebody paid me to play on a demo, and I played a G chord, so I'm really great. I got paid, so, I'm really great. And he goes down to put in his time card, right? He's so desperate to prove that his 58, his 57, his 50, his old beat up guitars sound better than a modern guitar. What does he do? He goes down to show you a Dropbox that he had put in. Notice he says, guess whose idea it was years ago to put in this Dropbox, guys? That's right. It was Tom's idea. So I said, you know what? Let me go in here, because these meetings that they have minutes in these meetings, okay? They have recordings of these meetings. They record these meetings, these committee meetings where they make decisions. And I went back years in the archive, and I found the meeting where they made the decision to put up this Dropbox. Okay, guys? So in Tom's desperation to prove how good his guitars are, he wants to show you this Dropbox. I want you to listen to the real meeting here and what really happened with this Dropbox. Okay? Check it out.
This meeting of the Nashville Musicians Union Committee is now in order. Now, we would like to welcome our esteemed member, Mr. Tom Bukovac, to help us with some decisions on what direction this union gonna take. Welcome, Tom.
Hello, friends.
Now, Tom, you know that we don't make any decision without your approval. If you don't say yes, Tom, we won't do it. Now, the first issue on our agenda is this, Tom. This is what the committee is proposing. We propose that every union member on the 1st of December, right before Christmas time, that every union member on the 1st of December gets a $5,000 bonus. That way, you and all the musician union members can have $5,000 cash to spend on Christmas. What do you think of that, Tom?
What people need is, friends, is a box, a metal box. Just can you kind of picture this? There's a box outside the Union Hall by the door. In this box, you put stuff in it. It has a slot in the box, and you can put in that slot your time card. Something. I think that's a good idea.
Well, okay. Well, let's move on to our second proposal. Now, Tom, our second proposal from the committee, it's this. What we gonna do is every 2 years, we gonna give each member a voucher from Fender am from Gibson, and they can have their choice of any guitar they want, or any instrument they want, from Fender or Gibson, brand new. So that way, every member in the union every 2 years gets a brand new instrument. What do you think of that, Tom?
No. Friends, Uncle Larry's gonna help you, and that's a hard no on the modern instruments. The union needs vintage instruments, and so I'm gonna have to say no to that. But what I will say yes to is a box. Picture this box being on the outside of the building. It's a metal box, so it can rain and it can, thunder and lightning, but that won't affect the box. The box is going to be there on the outside of the building with a slot, and this slot is where you put your time card. So no matter day or night, how drunk you are or not, you can put your time card in the box. And I think that's a good idea.
Well, okay, Tom. So, hold on, Tom. Let me run this last idea by you. The committee, we really think that what we should do is we should step in and provide free dental care for all our union musicians. So every union musician gonna get free dental care. What do you think of that, Tom?
No. Listen, I know that seems like a good idea to give people free dental work or whatever you're talking about, but what we really need here is a box. A box, okay? And this box needs to go up on the building. We need to attach the box to the building so people can have access to the box. Uncle Larry knows what he's talking about. Now, this box is going to be metal, and there's going to be a slot there in the box, and this slot is so no matter how drunk you are, you can put your time card, like all the musicians here in town can put their time card in the box. That's what I think we should do.
Oh, well, okay, Tom, so no $5,000 Christmas bonus every year. No free brand new instruments to all union members. And no free dental care. You want a box?
Yes, friends.
Okay. Now, committee, let's get to work on getting Tom his metal box. This committee is now adjourned.
The union wanted back Christmas bonuses for everyone. Tom said, not under my watch. The union want free instruments all around. Tom said, we don't need that in this town. The union tried to give him free dental care. Tom said, we don't need that here. Tom wanted a box. Tom got us a box. Thanks, Tom, now we have a box.
All right, guys. That's it. I'll see you next time.